Trading in Path of Exile 2 has never been easier and more powerful thanks to the addition of the in-game trade. This quick guide is aimed for complete beginners and is only going to go over the ways you can trade in-game without having to rely on third-party tools or using the website. That being said, I do have a guide on how to use that already if you find using the site more convenient. Some people do. Alright, first thing you'll want to know is that there are technically two different in-game trade systems within Path of Exile 2, and you gain access to them once you meet Ange over here in Act 4. The two systems are the currency exchange, where you can trade all forms of currencies against other currencies, and the in-game shops, where you buy and sell gear. Now, no matter which of these two systems you're engaging in, there's going to be a small gold fee you'll have to pay in addition to whatever prices players actually set for their items. This is to stop bots from taking over and ruining the entire market. We like this. This is good. Alright, let's start by going over the currency exchange since you technically gain access to it first. As soon as you meet Ange in Act 4 here in King's March, you'll be able to open the currency exchange where if you click on I want, you can browse through literally all of the different currencies that are available in the game. Select the one you want to buy, choose how many you want, and for what price. The main currencies that are used in trading, and this goes for gear as well, are Exalted Orbs early on, Chaos Orbs, and Divine Orbs later on. You'll sometimes find items listed for other currencies, but those three are definitely the main currencies people are used to trading with. Okay, so let's go over an example. Let's say I want to buy an uncut support gem because I'm just not finding enough of them on my own, right? I mean, look at all these empty sockets. Open the currency exchange, click on the box I want, find the uncut support gem. In my case, I'm fine with level 5, and you can either scroll through all of this to try and find it, or you can use the tabs, or you can even just type over here, uncut support, and there you go. Now that I've selected what I want, I have to choose what currency I want to actually buy the item with. In this case, let's pick the Exalted Orb since that's what most people are trading these for. Now, if you don't touch anything, you'll notice that the prices keep fluctuating every now and then. What you want to do is hover over the market ratio and try to price match something in that range. The game does automatically try to get the best bang for your buck, but as you can see, it sometimes tries to make you buy like 12 support gems at the same time instead of just 1 or 2. In this case, I'll gladly just buy 2 of these for 1 Exalt. Yes, it's a slightly worse ratio, but I don't really care. Click on the little boxes, and then the place order button will become clear and you can actually press it. And it's that easy. Now, if I want to sell currencies, it's just as easy. Open the exchange up, you can actually control-click on Ange herself as a shortcut, and then select the Exalted Orb as the item that I want. Now, this is already here because I had just bought this. However, if you were starting from scratch or whatever, you might have nothing there. What you can do to quickly select the item you want to sell is to click and drag the item into the box, just like that. Or you can manually go and find it. And now you just set the price. So let's say 3 to 1, since that's a price that'll sell real fast. Voila. As a seller, you may sometimes put something up for a price that people aren't willing to pay, in which case you can always go back to Ange and take your items back by clicking on the little X over here and reprice them later on to be more competitive, and eventually they'll sell. Also worth noting that all of these trades can happen after you've already left. You can put them up for a listing. If it's something that is not like immediately people are trading for already, then it'll fulfill the listing once somebody is willing to pay that price. Okay, that's pretty much all you need to know about the currency exchange. Let's go over trading for gear now. There are 2 sides to trading gear. You have buying gear and you have selling gear. Let's go over buying gear first, since you're more likely to do that than selling. Selling is a little bit more complicated. So, to buy gear, it's quite simple. You can click on this button over here, and then click on the market panel, or just hit /. Now, using this search system, you can actually find the exact items that you're looking for. So, let's bring open the inventory. Let's say I want to buy a new ring, because I don't have amazing rings. I could definitely stand to get an improvement over this. So, we're going to go to the item category. We're going to type in ring. Then we're going to ignore this stuff here. This is more for armors or weapons. Requirements, I'm level 66, so I'm going to put the max that I want is level 66. If you're buying armors or weapons, you might also want to fill out max strength, int, and dexterity depending on how much you have. And then we are going to go down to here. We're going to look at the buyout price since it's right here. You can click on Exalted Orb or Equivalent or Exalted Orb Divine Orbs or even Chaos Orbs. Those are the main three things that people are buying stuff and selling things in. So let's put a max price of, I don't want to pay more than 2 Exalted Orbs, okay? Now, I also want to go into the stat filters to actually choose what I want to have on this ring. Because if I hit search now, it's just going to open up a whole bajillion, 10,000 plus matches of rings that are under 2 Exalted Orbs. So, I want life on my ring, so I'm going to click on this stat filter here, type in life, and it comes up as the top one. I'm going to say I want, I don't know, 70. And then I want fizz damage. Adds fizz damage to attacks. I'm gonna want, I don't know, 10. And then I also need a lot of lightning resistance. So I'm gonna type in lightning resistance. And we're gonna go like that. And how much do I need? I want to replace this one here. Okay, so I need lightning, cold, and fire. So it's actually all 3. So let's try and find that. That might be too expensive. We're gonna find out. And let's say I want, I don't know, 20 of each. I think I'm happy with this search. Let's click on search and see what we get. No results found. Okay, so that means that this is like too expensive, most likely. So what I'm gonna do instead is remove one of these and hit search now. Still nothing. Still nothing. Okay. When this happens, it means that one of your stat filters is actually like impossible or there are none for that price. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna lower the life. And I'm gonna lower this. And then let's see. Still nothing. Okay, so I figured out the problem. The problem was that having all 3 resistances makes it way too expensive. So we're gonna look for just 2. And here we are. We have one item here with 15 rarity found, 5 to 13 fizz damage, 98 life, 26 cold, 37 lightning resistance. This is perfectly fine. It's a huge upgrade over what I've got. I'm gonna buy this. So what you do is you click on this button here, travel to hideout. It'll teleport you to their hideout, to their shop, and it'll highlight the item in their little tab here. So in this case, it's over here. You can also see that it's got a 16,999 gold fee associated with it. So I'm gonna buy this, click, just bring it over, and now it's mine. You can also do some window shopping if you want. Sometimes people have stuff here that looks cool, but for the most part, you gotta just want to stick to buying whatever the heck it is that you're actually looking for. Now, you can also click this button down here to go back to your own hideout. By the way, I didn't mention this, but you can invite Angie to your hideout, and that's where you can do your trading also from here. Okay, I got the new ring, and that is awesome. That's a huge upgrade. I think I might not have a capped fire res. Yeah, my fire res is no longer capped, but my cold is, which it wasn't before. So that's still massive upgrade. I can get fire res on something else, on a socket or something. Cool. Now let's look at selling items. To sell items in Path of Exile 2 with this new system, you need to have what's called a merchant tab. Now to get merchants tabs, you're gonna have to be willing to spend real money. To do that, you can go into the shop, press M, and then go into stash tabs. Then you'll want to find the merchants tab over here and you can buy them. Or alternatively, if you've been playing Path of Exile for a while, you may already have a bunch of premium tabs. You can use these premium tabs, for example, like this one here. I could empty this and I could use this as a merchant tab by going into the website, clicking on your account name up here, my account, and then merchants tab upgrade. And from here, you can see I have a whole bunch of tabs that I could upgrade to a merchants tab. I'm not going to do it in this case because I already have a couple and I don't think I need a third one just yet, but that's how you would do that. Now, assuming you have some merchants tabs, what you can do is go to Angie, click on Manage Shop, and this is where you have your own tabs. If I had sold anything in the previous night or whatever, since the last time I logged in, then any items that would have sold, all the currencies that they would have sold for would be listed over here and I could just pick them up. So if I want to sell an item, what I can do now is I can click on the item, place it in here, and simply set whatever price I want for it. So in this case, this ring is honestly nothing special. 1 exalted, it probably won't even sell for that. Let's see if I can do one Regal. Maybe it'll sell for one Regal orb. So I just choose the price that I want, click list item, and then you just go on your day and don't worry about it. It'll show up on the website and on the market listing when people are looking for items with these stats, and eventually it'll sell, or maybe it won't. And that's how simple trading in PoE 2 has become. It's freaking amazing. I love it. And you can use price checking tools to help you figure out what price to set your items for. So for example, I've got Exiled Exchange 2 over here. You can then click and select what items you want, but that's not really in the scope of this video. I just wanted to show you guys how to trade in-game. You can also just open this up, hover over your item, hold Alt while hovering, then click on this pin item here, and you can move this around now without having to hold anything, and you can type into the search, you know, like fill out all of the stats that you need based on whatever's listed here. Big thank you to all channel members and patrons for your continued support. It's super appreciated. And if you found this video helpful, please leave it a like. That helps me. And yeah, I'm really enjoying PoE 2 this league. Trading is amazing. And I'll catch you guys in the next build roulette.